Hello and welcome to my next smartwatch review. Today we have the HIwatch Pro T900 Ultra. Now this is fresh out of the package from AliExpress. I paid for this with my own money, and by my own money I mean for the small amount of revenue I make from this YouTube channel and people clicking or interacting or leaving a comment in some way that generates a little bit of revenue, and I invest that right back into the channel in fresh reviews. I'm going to show you what comes out of the box. Okay, so we have an instruction manual in 2 languages here. We have the watch itself with a black band. We have a charging cradle, and now here we have the body of the watch. Let me get that out of the package. This looks fairly big, but also fairly sturdy. Let me press and hold the button to see if there's any battery life, if it comes to life at all. No, if I press that button. Let me press the button below that. Nothing turning on here either. And then there's another button on the lower left. Let me press that and hold it. No, it looks like nothing's happening. So I'm going to throw this on the charger. That's the out-of-the-box experience. I'll charge it up, wear it for a week or so, and then come back with my full, fair, and honest review. Alright, so let's get into this thing. I've been wearing it a few days already. It's got a nice big screen. It's a 2.09-inch screen. It's pretty easy to read. It's got 3 buttons on it. It's got one on the top right. You can press that to get the screen to come on if you have the lift your wrist turned off. You've got a bottom button on the right that is essentially a back button. And if you look in between, there is your microphone. And then on the left, that will get you into sports modes. And then above that, you see a grill here. That is the speaker. This can serve as a phone calling device. It's got a speakerphone when tethered with your phone via Bluetooth low energy. So you swipe down, you get to this main menu. Here are your brightness settings. I have it on 5 right now. We can go to 1 and it gets pretty dim, but I'll turn it back up and get it onto that brightness so it's a little bit easier to read on camera. All right, I'm going to press that button to go back. Press the top right button again. This gets us into our menu, pedometer, heart rate, blood oxygen saturation. It will do blood pressure. It's got sports modes. It'll track your sleep. There is your contact list. Here is your call log. Here's where you get to the dialer. Again, when paired via Bluetooth to your phone, you can make phone calls right from the watch. You can get your messages in from your phone. It's got QChat in there and WeChat features. I don't use those, so I don't know a whole lot about them. Swipe from the bottom up. You can get to your text messages when you have that enabled. I've tested it. This works just fine. All right, so let's go through the menus. We swipe. There is your comprehensive activity summary for the day. The number of steps, estimated number of miles and kilocalorie burned. Here is your heart rate and beats per minute. This only has a green diode in it, folks, okay? And it just uses green diodes for all of these measurements, including SpO2. There is your blood pressure. I don't find this to be terribly credible. For me, it seems to be very low. SpO2 seems to work just fine. There is your sleep tracking, and it can pull in the weather from your phone. Again, when you pair it, it will pull this in from your phone, and then that's it. Those are the basic menus. Swipe from left to right. It gets you into a little shortcut menu here where you can get into your weather settings. You can get into your blood oxygen measurements. Here is your blood pressure. Okay, and then your sleep summary. Okay, the band itself slides into the body of the watch. Okay, there are no pins or anything. It just slides right into a groove in the watch. So it's a silicone wristband. I think the watch looks pretty good. Let's go look at the app, and then I'll come back with my full final opinion. The app here is called Lefun, L-E-F-U-N. It's kind of a weird app. I've never heard of it before. I've never used it with any smartwatches. But it gives you your basically summary of the activity, your time standing throughout the course of the day, your activity, estimated kilocalorie burn, number of steps, and then if you slide up, it'll get you into your sports records mode. Okay, I've not done any sports modes with this watch yet, but there's your sleep tracking. It gives you your deep sleep, your light sleep, your wake times. This is an annoying piece of software. It keeps wanting me to activate, but I keep saying no. But you can go back and look at your sleep records over the course of the day here. I know this gives me too much credit for sleep. I'm not actually getting that amount of sleep, so this overestimates that. Here's your blood oxygen saturation. I find that to be credible. Your number of steps, your standing activities, your calories, and here is your blood pressure measurements. All right, and it will let you take a look at your blood pressure. Again, these readings are too low based on everything I know, so don't trust this for blood pressure. This is not a medical device. And interestingly enough, there are two tiles here. One's for body temperature, one's for blood sugar. This watch does not have those features or functions. I'm guessing they just built it into the app so it's there for other watches or for future development. You can get into the device. When you attach this or tether it with your phone, the Bluetooth device you're looking for is actually called eWatch. It's not T900 Ultra, it's eWatch, and that will pair it. You have some watch faces. You can choose to push weather and whatnot. There's your options for what data you want to push over. The app is pretty basic, nothing special, but it's fairly straightforward. It's pretty functional, pretty basic, but I like it. It's a pretty good app. All right, here's your speaker function. The speaker's not the greatest. I don't know if you can hear that. It's not the greatest speaker. It's not easy to hear, and I can't find any way to turn up the volume. So it's going to be very basic, and you're going to have to be in a quiet environment. Overall, it looks good on the wrist. I believe my job here is not necessarily to tell you this is the best watch in the world, and this is the one you should buy if you're looking for a smartwatch. But what I do believe my job here is to tell you whether I think this is a good value for the money for a very basic smartwatch and for very basic sports modes. And let's stroll through those really quickly here. There's not a ton. Brisk walk, running, cycling, mountaineering, jumping, basketball, badminton, ping pong. That's it. This is selling right now on AliExpress for $16.67. If you want a watch that's very basic but gets the job done for less than 20 bucks, I'd say go check this one out. All right, until next time, be safe, be healthy, and I'll be back very, very soon with a fresh smartwatch review or 3. So subscribe to this channel, interact with this channel in some way. This channel is mostly about kayaking, but I do these smartwatch reviews to support my kayak business. Check me out at davethekayaker.com. And any ad revenue I make through these reviews gets invested right back into the channel. And you can find all my smartwatch reviews on my fitness tracker and smartwatch review playlist on YouTube. Take care, folks.
When you want an extraordinary racing kayak made in the finest American tradition, or maybe just own a piece of American kayaking history, you want a West Side Boat Shop kayak, now available from davethekayaker.com. West Side Boat Shop kayaks. The tradition continues.